It is no secret that people today are a little bit brain rotted.
If I was a kid and I was sent to an island, you know what I mean? I think it was cool. But then they started doing that Diddy shit on me and like...
These are the same people who can accurately predict which GIF will be the top comment on Reels and can explain every rabbit hole pertaining to America's greatest ally. Convenience has led to a decline in overall human capital. People today are much more lazy and distracted at their jobs. Every economic measure says productivity is higher than ever and GDP per capita is on the rise. Yet the common man is struggling to afford groceries and much more cannot afford a house. Every doom posting YouTuber exclaims on a micro level how screen addiction results in increased anxiety, loss in IQ, and loneliness. But what if, on a macro level, a critical mass of brain rot laborers could spark the most radical shift in the history of our economy that can restructure our system to allow the human condition to flourish, allowing us to explore our constitutional rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? What if brain rot is good for us? Okay, so I just wanted to say that this video took me so long to make because I spend so much time on my phone, and I've been looking into the research actually, and the average screen time by age, 16 to 24, I say that's from the majority of my audience, it's about over 7 hours on average a day, which, to be honest with you, bro, that is just rookie numbers. So let me just pull up that GIF. It's really just rookie numbers, bro, because in my prime, I would be hitting 9 hours a day on Reels, and I know what it's like to be a doom scroller. I know when you're guessing the GIF on the very top comment on Reels, when you would see your little bubbles of the no profile picture, people you follow, just trying to guess who that person is. I know what it's like to be going down those rabbit holes and then just getting so freaked out. I remember I was so fried one time, like at 2 a.m. I remember I started crying because of all the conspiracy theory Reels that I just got so scared and I started crying. But yeah, the reason why I'm talking about this is because I was looking at the labor markets for Gen Z, my people. Entry-level hires among Gen Z, it's actually down from 14% to 29%. Isn't that actually insane? That is insane, bro. And I was just trying to think of this, like, why is Gen Z not getting hired? And I actually realized it because, like, oh wait, I'm actually Gen Z, so I know why it's happening, and it's because I don't want to work these BS jobs. There's this thing called acting your wage. It's like a mentality where like employees match their work effort to their pay. If they don't get paid overtime, they're not going to stay late or come in early, and which is like, well, no duh. Dude, I've been trying to find a job for like these past few weeks, months actually, I'd say over half a year. I've been looking at these job listings and like, wait, I don't actually want to do any of these jobs. Even if I did get hired, I don't want to be punching in numbers alone in a cubicle and just doing all these boring things. I'd rather be doing something stimulating, but that's the thing. Where are those jobs? So what I've been looking into more recently is, if all of us are so brain rotted, what are the macro effects? And the macro effects of everyone not wanting to do any work is that we're going to need some money coming in so we can actually help stimulate the economy and so things don't end up crashing and burning. There's this thing called universal basic income. Every set period, everyone belonging to the country gets a X amount of money, and you can use this X amount of money to buy your food, buy gas and all that. And I think it's a really, really great idea, because if we've all been looking at these numbers, bro, like the home ownership rates and all that, like the consumer price index, the price of everything is just so high. Just the whole, I can't even go out, dude. It's really not worth it to go out, dude, because price of beer, price of whatever is just so expensive, and I just don't want to pay these things. So you're better off just staying out inside the house. I know I'm getting older and this can come to that time I need to buy a house, but then when you're looking at the prices of the houses, like, holy moly, bro, like not only are the housing prices super expensive, but the home ownership rate of people buying houses are so down. So it's not like we can work our way up. It's not like people my age can save their way to getting a house. It's just not possible. And so we need a minimum floor of wealth, and this minimum floor of wealth will be our basic needs. UBI has been tested and it works. It's happening in Alaska. It's called the Alaska Permanent Fund. It is a real thing. UBI can work. And the reason how this all ties back into brain rot is that if enough people stop working, then what's going to happen? People aren't working because, one, they realize everything is just BS. We're not getting paid nearly enough for how much we're working. there is no economic mobility. And so if people just stop working, then the system, what's gonna happen to the system? I'm not really too sure. All I'm saying is that your 10 hours of doom scrolling a day is pretty bad for your health, but on a macro scale, it is quite possibly the best forms of peaceful protest, because one, Reels is probably the best invention of mankind. I was scrolling this morning, or not even this morning, like an hour ago, and my Reels were on a generational run, as they usually are, feed built brick by brick. I think people just need to start doing something that they like, and doing something that they like is pretty hard, because what else is there really to do in life? Because I remember I was thinking about this, if I wasn't doing YouTube, what would I be doing? It's not like I'd be playing with toys or anything. When I was growing up, I had an iPad and I had an Xbox, so without a screen, what else is there really to do? And that's kind of this problem that I have with this statistic, because without screens, like, what else is there really to do? And I think that's the problem a lot of us, my people, or Gen Z is facing, I'd say, because without screens, what are we gonna do? It's not like I'm gonna go play with my toys. I'm a grown man. Yeah, tell me what y'all think about Brainrot, because obviously it is bad. Obviously it causes depression and anxiety. I can definitely feel that one, but I guess it's better than working a job you hate. That's it.